No matter how beautiful your images are, or how good your editing is, or if you've used the latest, coolest anamorphic lens, if you've chosen the wrong character for your film, or don't know how to pull out the best traits from them, you're going to make a bad film. I can guarantee your favorite film isn't just because of the score and the cinematography, but it's because you connected with the main character. So in today's video, we want to break down just 3 important things you could identify within a few minutes of meeting someone to know, are they your next documentary? We're basing this on our latest film, Fight Kid, which is a film that co-founder of AOD, Michael del Monte, just shot down in Florida. We're going to show you why we decided to make this film built around the characters that are in it. Awesome. Here with Michael del Monte. We did not coordinate our outfits, but we discovered they look great.
You're the hip lumberjack. I'm just the regular.
You're probably better at chopping wood than I am. So we're talking about your latest film, Mike, that you're directing. And
our latest film.
Yes. Our latest film. I've been a producer on it, but we've worked on it with the entire AOD community. This is called Fight Kid. What's so cool is watching the evolution of films. We came into this first taking a very documentary approach 2 years ago, but it's evolved. And now it's this hybrid scripted piece.
Well, it started as a doc series. We were trying to make like a Last Chance U, but in the youth MMA world, which is one of the fastest worlds that's exploding for youth sports. Initially, we were developing this idea for a documentary series, but a couple of these characters were just so good, and the process for getting a doc series to go can take some time. So we just thought, why don't we actually make a film on a couple of the most compelling characters right now?
So this film is actually built around Eddie. Eddie is a real life person. And we want to talk about how when Mike and I approach a film, when we're meeting people, what are we trying to ascertain to know if they will be a viable character? Because you never want to force someone into a documentary just because you want to make one, which leads us to our first point, Mike.
Yeah, access. I mean, we're talking about 2 things when it comes to access. Physical access. Are they going to allow you into their home? Are they allowing you into their world? But the second point, which might even be more important than physical access, is emotional access. You know, are they opening up to you? Are they telling you the questions that they're dealing with, right? Are they going to bring you on the road, or are they going to kind of put roadblocks along the way? Because I've had characters, and I'm sure you have, Mark, where there's a few things they don't want to include. That's okay. You have to respect that, but there can only be so much red tape. You can't be jumping over hoops the whole time. So you want a character that's giving you physical access into the world and emotional access into their heart, into their soul.
Sometimes for some of our films, like Clear Sky, right away, the main character gave us access into their life. Immediately, we're an open book.
Yeah.
But there's other times with certain films where you do need to earn that. And that's one warning thing I want to give you. We see a lot of students in Art of Documentary find a character with great potential. They check a couple of the other boxes we're going to speak about, but they hit the record button too early because they haven't built that emotional access yet. It's not that they're a bad character. It's not that they're a bad film. It's not that they're a bad filmmaker. You just have to build that trust.
Yeah, and some of this is filmmaking instinct. Like, you might have an instinct that this character, they're giving me access into their world. I don't know if they're giving me access into their heart, into their mind yet. I would say be patient, maybe stick with it, you know, have more conversations, whether that's, you know, having coffees in person. If you don't live, a lot of my characters don't live in the same city, so it's often having calls with them. I just talked to Eddie before this call for 5 minutes just to catch up. I like to have that relationship just so that they're aware of the type of film I'm trying to make. There's no hidden agenda. And so I really encourage you, you know, just try to build those relationships so that the trust becomes, you know, better.
One of our favorite films out of Art of Documentary is a film called Iron Snail. You can go watch it on our YouTube channel. Why that film is so good is that director Charles spent 20 hours interviewing the character before they ever went to tape, or rather, I guess, memory card, before they ever put a camera in front of her. You can feel that emotional buy-in and vulnerability in the film. And so part of your job as a filmmaker is building that emotional trust, but also the physical access. You want to make sure you can actually get to the location and be able to film.
The second trait that I always look for in characters after access is obsession. For me, there's no better character trait than somebody who lives and breathes whatever it is they're doing. So whether that's Mark's film, C-Bum, where the character is literally
the best in the world.
Yeah, probably waking up in the middle of the night to eat meals. They're like every gram of carbohydrate and protein is measured. They're obsessed. Whether it's somebody like Alex in Free Solo, if you've seen the film, there's like grips in his trailer, and every waking moment is thinking about the path up Yosemite, and it oozes out of them. If your character has a hobby and you're trying to make a film on their hobby, it's likely not going to be very powerful. The audience just isn't going to buy into their obsession. We want a character that is obsessed with something, even if it's a world like MMA fighting, which I wasn't into, but my character lives and breathes this. Their house is an MMA shrine. They're wrestling when they wake up. I'm all of a sudden obsessed with it because they are obsessed with it. It's contagious. So you want a character that their obsession is just contagious.
Along with obsession is urgency. What is happening in your character's life right now? What do they need to achieve in the immediate future? I was actually on my honeymoon and I got a call from Mike, and Mike said, Eddie's setting up a fight with Isaiah. It's about to happen. The family really needs this. Financially, this could be a big windfall for them. You're like, this is the moment. And I said, Mike, go for it. Call up the AOD team and make this happen. And within 1 month, the film was in production.
Well, because I think the truth with documentary filmmaking, it is a waiting game, right? You're not just scripting things. So this was like, we had been in touch with the characters for a long time, and we just knew we needed that right moment, and it was there.
Why identifying the urgent moment is so important is you're going to put a lot of money and resources into making your film, and you want to line it up at the right time. Sometimes this means making a film over a long period of time, as in the case of Clear Sky. It took a long time to make that film because there was different urgent moments all unfolding in Clear Sky's life, but not every month or not every season was urgent. But identifying that urgent moment, is this a race? Is there a desperation financially for the person? What is occurring that needs to be captured? And then once you've built that emotional access, you can be present for that. If you want more information on this topic, Mike actually taught like a 90-minute in-depth workshop on this, which is part of the art of documentary. And right now, early registration is open for AOD. If you're not familiar with AOD, it's our academy that has amazing courses, workshops, and the most thriving community of filmmakers you'll find anywhere in the world. The testimonies that come out of AOD, we can hardly keep up with. And Mike actually does bi-weekly coaching calls where you get to go on a Zoom call with him and the other students from our advanced documentary course and get live feedback on your projects.
And I'll often hire those students if I'm doing a shoot. One of the students was Andreas Gonzalez, who actually brought Fight Kids to us. He had been working with the characters and wanted to develop into a bigger story. And so we worked with him on that. And that's what this became. And he was on set with us in Florida as a producer and a shooter working with us the whole time.
And we are able to harness the power of the AOD network alongside Andreas to actually create this film. And it's been so fun to be able to work with exclusively AOD people on this. So make sure to get on that early registration list. You don't have to put your credit card down, but this does guarantee you a seat in AOD because there are limited seats for each one of our courses. And also we have this crazy giveaway right now. We're giving away a Nikon ZR with this full Kondor kit and a new unreleased anamorphic lens that I can't tell you because it's so new. It hasn't even been announced, but it will be part of that kit. Wow. I'm excited about this. I want to keep this kit.
Sounds good.
But we'll be giving that away. So make sure to be on our Instagram or get on our email list to find out all the details on that giveaway. AOD doors opening April 14th. Make sure to get on that early registration list. The last thing you're looking for when choosing a documentary character is asking what's at stake. What happens if they don't achieve this goal? In the case of Fight Kid, if Eddie didn't get this fight and Isaiah lost and they didn't get the prize money, there's a lot at stake for them.
Yeah, he's their golden goose. I mean, this is a family that doesn't have a lot. There's a lot of pressure on this 14-year-old kid to eventually make it to the UFC, and those are high stakes. For the 14-year-old, the stakes for the father to put onto the kid, you feel the tension there where it's like, wow, if this doesn't work, this is the kind of the grand plan they have, and it will result in some kind of hard conversations.
Mike, there are three kind of categories that we think about when we're interacting with that character to find out what is at stake.
Yeah, it's kind of simple obvious ones would be their health. Like, is something physically going to happen if they do this? If you think of free solo, obviously someone falls, that's going to have grave consequences on their health. You think of something like wealth or their finances, right? If someone's going all in on their business and that's not going to work out, there's going to be financial downfall. The other big one is relationships, right? Like, it's like, if I do this, is this going to hinder my relationship with my significant other or my children? In the case of Eddie, right? Is this going to hurt my father-son relationship? So there's obviously more, but those are kind of three things that I would look for: health, wealth, and relationships, just to think about, like, what's this person doing and what could the consequences be for them if this doesn't go well. For C-Bum, it was the relationship with his wife, you know, with his business, you know, with his health, but all of that affects who he is, right?
Very true.
I just think at a surface level, for you guys, just look at your characters and be like, are one of those three things at risk?
Yes.
And if so, that's probably a good indicator that there's going to be tension through the story.
And if you've ever been in AOD, you've heard us say that these two phrases: tension is attention, uncertainty is currency. What is that currency? Well, you're buying that attention of your audience. If there's nothing uncertain, if there's nothing that is at stake in your film, you're gonna make a boring film. This is probably why you've turned off some documentaries or some reels, or when someone shows you a film and you're getting really bored partway through, it's because these aren't clear. It's so important to simplify and identify these three categories with your character before you go make the film, because again, you're risking making a film that is void of drama and honestly just won't be that exciting to watch. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want more on this topic, we have full workshops inside the Art of Documentary, and we're opening our doors again soon, like we mentioned. We also have that giveaway, so make sure you're on an email list. Make sure to go over to Instagram, because we'll be getting all the latest information. You'll find out when we're giving that away, and also you'll get notifications when we do these workshops, because often we'll open them up to the public so you can join for free to watch those as well. Thanks for watching this. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Cannot wait to release Fight Kid. Stay locked.
See ya.
Stay locked.